What is good, YouTube? Today we're making producer tags for free. I'm also currently having a producer tag contest where you can vote for your most iconic producer. So we have Metro Boom and Pierre Bourne. The whole layout is gonna be on my channel. I don't know, it's cool to see like who wins. I think it's gonna be Pierre Bourne. Oh, and if you don't want to make your producer tag yourself, I can also make it for you. I make producer tags professionally on Fiverr for a incredibly cheap price.
I just got back to the studio. The reason I was filming in the store, by the way, was just because I was shopping for sound treatment. As you can see, my room is super clean, the sound of it. So first of all, first disclaimer, no mic is needed. You don't need any mics. I'm gonna explain everything really well. It's literally for free. I want to put that up front. We're gonna be doing this in steps, and I'm also gonna give you guys multiple methods so you can really choose which type of producer tag that you want to achieve as an end result. Step 1 is get the recordings. I got the producer tag project of a Fiverr client in front of me, looked his name up into a huge catalog of series and films, movies, to just find a sentence I could use. The website you would use for this is Yarn. It's called yarn.io, and you can literally just type the name in. You really gotta broaden out your search terms. So I remember I came across T-Man or something, and I thought like this is great for like putting it in front of the actual name of the tag. You get like a dialogue going inside your producer tag, and it really sparks the attention. So then you're gonna want to save this video. The problem with that particular website is that you'll find a lot of clips where the words will be a little bit clipped. They will sound pretty bad. But if you mimic this with like a telephone filter, for instance the free plugin Vinyl, the free plugin Cymatics Origin, they will put an extra telephone EQ filter layer on it, and then it will sound like it was meant to be, like telephone style sound, if that makes sense. Put a reduce ambience preset on here too. Also put a telephone EQ on there. See, so it sounds like it's meant to be. Without all these effects, it sounds super muddy too. So much particles, we don't want that. If you get these clips, you can't record them, of course, in the right BPM, so make sure to stretch them in the right rhythm. Just like the ah, the e's, those are the sounds that define rhythm in vocals. We got 2 hits right here, and then we got 3 hits right here. So that's the rhythm. Try to drag it in a sort of rhythm, in a rhythm that you can tap on anything, pots and pans. So that was method 1. Now we're going over to method 2. Everyone got phones, everyone got PCs because you're producing, or iPad, whatever. And you can just literally record your tag over there. Now, mind yourself though, if you're working with the voice memo app of Apple, you might need to convert your M4A file to WAV to work in your particular DAW. For instance, Ableton doesn't work with M4A files, so you're gonna want to look up a cloud converter or something like that, M4A to WAV. You drag your file and it's gonna convert it into a file that you can adjust. This is something I stand on as a Fiverr marketplace owner. I really want my tags to be unique and not cringe, of course, because there are a lot of cringe producer tags out there that sound really commercialized, really industrial. We don't want that. The world has way too many of those tags. It's in the voice. The voice sounds often very commercial, but the sentences are just corny in general. So make sure to think of a phrase that is unique and that sparks the attention and is iconic. If you can come up with this yourself, then I would really suggest like thinking of some series back in the day where there is a character with your name. One time we were in the studio, and one of my friends was just scrolling through TikTok, and he came across this post from a rapper. I think his name was Youngboy Rob. It says something like, "Bruh, is that George?"
Bruh, is that George? Bush.
And I was like, bro, how you skip that shit? Go back. I asked him to go back, send it over. I sampled it, made a whole producer tag of it, and it was a whole meme on my page. So that's something you want to do, you feel me? Ideally, you want to get someone else to do it. You can ask your sister, you can ask your mom, you can ask anyone, your girlfriend, your brother, your grandpa. Whoever, bro. Be original, be unique. Drag in a beat that you already had with your average BPM. For instance, 150 BPM is a great idea. And then just record it over there how you feel your tag. Recorded it, try to comp it, try to do it multiple times, and then you can just select your best tag. For instance, I have 4 takes right here. That's quite minimal. Normally I do way more. And then if you have 2 takes with a similar tone, you can combine each word. For instance, you like certain words from the first take better, and then you like other words from your other take better, and then you can combine those and get the ultimate take. Let's get it. It's a different tone, but it adds some extra spice to the tag. It sounds funky. A very typical thing to do is to add a sweep to your producer tag. This is something that's already been done a whole lot, so I'm not gonna break it down, but it's really simple. You'll probably see some tutorials of how to do a vocal sweep on your Instagram feed. It's that popular these days. Then I combined that clip we found on yarn.io and I put it in front of the tag, and when you put all of that together, it sounds like this. Let's get it. Here comes the real important part. I would just suggest you group all those takes into one audio effect, right? I have a vocal buzz, basically. I make sure I have a gate to eliminate all the noise that is in between the words. Make sure your release is at 60 milliseconds, otherwise it will sound real bad and robotic and cut down. Then just put an auto-tune on it. Make sure to always put the key on it. If it sounds bad in a particular beat, you probably just need to pitch it up one semitone or pitch it down one semitone and will sound exactly in the scale you want. Then an EQ, of course, cut the low out, the de-esser. Try to put this like at 9000 hertz. That will often sound a lot better. I also have reduced ambience because you hear a lot of noise in the background. You can do this with any plugin. I heard that Isotope has some really good noise eliminating plugins too. Then I have a neutron elements. This is basically like an exciter, but it also compresses and EQs your signal again based on AI knowledge. I know you guys hate this, but it's amazing because it listens to your voice and knows exactly how to adapt your voice. Okay, now we're gonna listen to it dry. I'm gonna take the L. Let's get it. Sounds real bad, right? This was also before my room was sound treated. It's terrible. Now we put the controlling bus on there. Let's get it. So it's literally just a controlling unit, I guess. So now we can work from there. Now the sound is pretty flexible and we can add what we want to it. And this is the effect unit. So I got some overdrive to make it sound like it came from, yeah, you know, overdrive, like the rock guitars. They all go through overdrive and distortion effects. So it makes it sound like it was screamed more and the microphone you used was a little bit clipped. Also a chorus, which is something not a lot of people do, but it sounds amazing on vocals. A phaser. I also use the manipulator. I use the jump preset. This is a super slept on plugin. Even the presets, they're all super slept on. Put a stereo shaping effect on this. That's really important because producer tags are recorded mono, but when you add reverb, phaser, all those effects, it will widen up the sound, and that's important because you don't want a mono tag. Also put a delay on it with a filter, and also a ROM because this is probably the best free reverb in the whole entire world. Okay, so this is without effects. Let's get it. And this is with the effect buzz on it. Let's get it. You might have heard a little tape stop on it. That's done with Looperator in the mastering of our vocals. So this is the master vocal bus. Use buses, guys. Buses are amazing. Put a filter on it. Make sure to customize these settings a little bit. And then I just put a freeze on there. And also a Q to cut out some final low end. Because all these plugins, when you add all these plugins to the vocals, they will add some low end. And when you have a vocal master bus with a low cut on it, it will cut all those low frequencies and muddiness out again. Also, it can be real cool to add some effect sounds. Let's get it. And often artists won't use your voice tag, but if you'll have a custom sound, for instance like Jack Chirac or 808 Milli, the artist will probably leave those sounds in because it sounds like it's apart from the beat. They just think the voice tags are cringe, so they won't cut out your sound, and people can still recognize that you made this beat just because of the sound effect that you put in every tag. Then you're just gonna want to export it. I really hope this video helps. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you don't want to make it yourself, order it via Fiverr down below. I will take care of it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.